light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up, go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated, sucker free, we got the seats heated, let's face it, you bout to get a down, less talking, let's take it to the streets now, ain't gonna be no rematch, why you wanna fight, touchdown on sight, yeah, turn off the light, oh, turn off the light, let's get it poppin', go dumb. When you see me moving, bodies dropping. Move some. I'm about to go sick, call Earl. I'm turning up like E40, not your average girl. I'm turning up. We can rock like Rocky, make you tap it. Ghost ride the whip, look at my drip. This ain't a copy. We got a night if you wanna throw hands. When they see me fight, they wanna throw bands. Go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up.
It's time for the main event. It's the Shoe Shot.
¿Qué onda, vatos locos? Damas y caballeros, it's your boy Dave in the 702 for another Monday night edition of the Shoe Shine. All right. Joining me all the way from the city of North Las Vegas, the big homie Vince. ¿Qué pasa?
What's up?
All right.
What you guys doing? What's happening?
Was cracking, Vince. Also, check it out. Looks like we got Drew Evo all the way from the city of brotherly love, Philly Irish Drew Evo. Let me add him too. All right, we got the full house. He got a brand new Coca-Cola original taste. Let me just move this here for a sec. Everybody got a cold drink and snacks?
Yeah, I got my fix.
Hold on, Drew. Drew's looking a little different today. Let me change his camera. What did I do? Damn, why is his camera up to 50%? Here, let me fix that real quick. That's looking a lot better.
I'm white.
No, I don't know what happened to these levels, man. Good to see Daniel Betty Sports Highlights. Wiley Coyote in the building. Champy. Long time no see, Champy. Appreciate you guys being in the building. Kind of a slow week for boxing unless Clarissa Shields and women's boxing is your thing. There's some international Australian boxing in the middle of the week if you want to keep your tabs on some Australian heavyweights. But, you know, preseason football is here. Preseason football.
Dun, 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 dun,
Thursday night.
Dun, dun. Hell yeah.
And I got
one was drink of choice.
I got to tell you, man, I was very, very impressed. Now, I'm not a Cardinals fan or, you know, a Panthers fan, but what happened last week, man, on that Wednesday Hall of Fame game in, what was that game in Ohio, right? It was up in Ohio. Damn, well, I saw the first half. I'm watching the first half, and I'm like, Carson Beck. We were tweeting we were talking in a public chat or a private chat. Sorry, guys. I was raving about Carson Beck, how good he was doing. Vince was agreeing with me, and then you get this guy Haynes King steal the show at the very end. It was like a Super Bowl game almost. You know, you had Arizona in the lead with just about like 90 seconds, and then he has this incredible comeback. Running for what, 65 yard? I mean, it was a 65-yard final drive. He ran off the 5-yard touchdown. I mean, he has a major dude. That guy could run. Haynes King. Who looked better? Who looked better? I mean, Carson. First of all, is Carson Beck going to be a starter game one? If he keeps playing like this, we got one. Vince, you think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that kid in the last quarter was going up against guys that would be working at the car wash. You know?
And Drew,
I ain't talking crap, but, you know, so you're still getting paid, but, you know.
Drew, if he keeps playing like this, can Carson Beck, who put up, let me just show you. Let's talk about what Carson Beck did here. Where's his stats, man? 15 for 19, 188 yards, 1 touchdown, passer rating of 125. He did get sacked once, but I thought his debut was phenomenal. And then Haynes King steals the show for the Panthers. So, like, both of these teams got a lot to think about if these young kids keep playing like that. So, Drew, why not?
Because the Cardinals are not that smart.
Hey, we got some Cardinals fans in the building. Shout out to the Bird Gang.
I feel bad for them, then.
So, you know, I've been, what's up, Big Spooky? I've been keeping tabs on Mendoza, and Mendoza's not getting the reviews from the media here in Las Vegas that Carson Beck and you know, Haynes King did. So I'm excited because we're going to get our first look at the Raiders version of Fernando Mendoza this Thursday night. Let's look at the schedule really quickly. This is crazy. And also, speaking of Raiders news, huge deal. Last Friday, practice, not Friday night, but I found out that there was a scuffle between Kirk Cousins and Max Crosby. Now, I would think that, Max Crosby, I guess, touched the quarterback twice. It infuriated the veteran Kirk Cousins, who said, I'm going to shove this guy and show him who's the boss around here. That caused them to get a 2-day suspension. Sunday, there's no practice, so I guess they resumed back to the practice this Monday night, or this Monday afternoon. What's that all about, Drew? Is Kirk Cousins trying to assert his authority here, his veteran status, quarterback status?
Yeah, he just pushed him and said, "You like that? You like that? You like that?" Cousins just spit slapped him. So you like that?
Yep. Clint Kubiak, head coach, held both veterans out for Saturday's practice, said they can come back and practice. And Fernando Mendoza took all the first team reps for that whole day.
Coach didn't care. He already got the job.
I got a clip, actually. I got a clip. Let's take a listen to this clip here about they're breaking it down. They're breaking down what happened on Friday, courtesy of all 16 people in here. I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button so we can get these numbers doubled. That would be awesome.
Smash that.
Yeah, smash that like button. Let's get a little taste of what they said here on the McAfee Show.
Somebody as
I
strong
see a
as
fight.
Max Crosby tells you that he had to be pretty pissed off about the whole situation. And I know a lot of people are thinking that Max Crosby wants to be traded. He wants to be there right now, and I think he's going to be there. I think the real question with Max Crosby and his future in Vegas comes down to what happens if this team doesn't perform well. What if there's a contender out there before the trade deadline that wants to beef up its pass rush? Could we see a team later this season, if the Raiders season is slipping away, make a run at Max Crosby? And I could see that being a possibility.
Man, Max Crosby, everybody wants him. The 49ers want. Who doesn't want Max Crosby? We haven't seen any motion that the Raiders, I was going to say 49, that the Raiders are going to trade him away. I mean, what do you think about this guy's theory that mid-season Max Crosby is going to be sent away?
Hey, they tried once. Why not try again? Who cares?
I think he wants to be there. I think Max Crosby, we know he loves Las Vegas. In fact, it's Dante. What's his name? Former wide receivers. He's trying to sell his house, bro. Did you see his house? It's listed. He's having trouble selling his $15 million home. I think he paid 15. Devontae Adams. Called him Dante.
He should just wait 2 more years. A baseball player will buy it.
It's a beautiful house, man. He wants $17 million. That could be the problem. But anyways, they get into this scuffle, and, it remains to be seen whether or not there's tension in that locker room if these two guys don't like each other like that. I've been seeing a lot of tape of Kirk Cousins, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys been seeing these NFL memes? But Kirk Cousins looks slow, bro. Like, they're making fun of him being 50 years old. His legs are shot.
Damn, who's slow?
Huh? Kirk Cousins,
Who's slow?
man. Kirk Cousins.
I'm about to say that's fucked up. Someone said it. Someone slow mentally.
Hey, I
And then you say
appreciate.
Kirk Cousins slow.
I mean, the tape I've seen, he looks slow. Saludos to Isabel on the 805. I appreciate you. Saludos to Stizo as well. Appreciate you guys tapping by to say hello. So Thursday night is a big night. Let me look at all the games going on here on Thursday night. Didn't I get the schedule out here? Lions at Bengals, 7 o'clock. Packers at Steelers, 7 p.m. Colts at Patriots. Cardinals at Raiders, 8 p.m. local. We get to look at Carson Beck again. We get to see Carson Beck against maybe Fernando Mendoza in the first half. Interesting, man. I'm definitely going to tune into that. Chargers at Texans at 8 o'clock. And the Titans against the 49ers at 9 p.m. Eastern on the NFL Network and Fox Sports. Yeah. Nice. Friday night. Friday, we got Broncos at Falcons and the Buccaneers at Jets. Saturday, we got the Panthers against the Bills, Rams at the Chiefs, and Cowboys versus Seahawks. Nice. Saturday night.
Seahawks.
Yeah. By the way, did either of you guys see the what's going around the internet? The Bills have a brand new stadium, and it looks good from far. This is a stadium that, like, man, if you live in Buffalo, dude, you got to deal with that snow in the winter. Those games are brutal. So I thought the entire stadium was going to be a dome, but it's not a dome. They claim it's partially covered, right? So they've been putting out images on Twitter and social media about how bad the seats are. Like,
Yeah.
you see it? You see, there's like stuff in, like, there's a lot of people's seats who have shit. Sorry, but there's stuff in the middle of your view. It's like your view is blocked from so many places, and people are ripping this brand new stadium design, saying, "Who the hell designed this thing, man? These seats are awful." From a lot of seats, you can't see the damn game, or you're partially blocked. The other thing, Drew, that they said is that they've never seen smaller the Jumbotron screens, that they're like from the 1990s, they're hella small. Like nobody could see them.
What do you expect? It's Buffalo.
I thought they'd get it right, man. You wait all this. It's like the 49ers, man. I got to say, my team, the 49ers, Candlestick was falling apart. It suffered an earthquake in 1989. But we had a lot of iconic games, like famous games. Vince knows some of the greatest games against the Dallas Cowboys were played at Candlestick Park.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know, it was a blue-collar stadium. Then they built this thing in Santa Clara in Silicon Valley, which I left the Bay Area living in that area just like 5 minutes from the stadium. It's an awful stadium. It's an awful stadium. It sucks.
Those was the memories. There was the memories, right, Vince? When the Cowboys were good?
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, there was the memomemories.
Yeah, well, the 49ers were good. 49ers haven't won a Super Bowl in over Lord knows how many years. Well, let's talk about
Cowboys haven't made the NFC title game since the VHS was out.
Oh my God, he got jokes today. He got jokes.
It's all right. It's all good.
Hey, but he knows it. It's the truth. I pissed a Cowboys fan off on TikTok. I told him, I'm sorry, man. I'm telling you the truth, man. Like, I was fucking like 5 years old when they fucking Mass made the NFC title game.
It's been a minute. I got some news on your team, Drew. This is interesting. There's nothing really bad. I mean, this is just breaking news right here, man. I'm reading about this.
Is having a great camp. Jalen Hurts is having a great camp.
Is he? Well, we're going to see. When's your team playing? The week after?
Saturday.
Okay. This is crazy here. This is Jalen Carter, Nakobe Dean, Terrell Edmonds are among several football players that were involved in an e-commerce investment scheme linked to former Cardinals GM Steve Keim and his business partner. This guy here is his business partner is Mohamed Koulibaly. Now I went to ESPN. This is on ESPN today, guys. Multiple former and current NFL players say that they will continue trying to recoup their losses. In some cases, some of them were defrauded for more than $1 million after the death of a man they say stole the money from them. This is wild, bro. So this guy's business partner, who's associated with the Cardinals' former GM, I guess he had a company and he said, hey, give me your money and I'll invest it into this e-commerce thing where we sell stuff on Shopify and we're going to get this company to $100 million in revenue or something, right? And then I got these rich friends in the Middle East that are going to buy it. And when they buy it, I'm going to give you guys all this money that you invested and then some. The dude showed up. This guy, whatever his name, Mubili Muha, whatever his damn name is. What's up, Linda? Good to see you. He showed up dead. Koulibaly is dead, 24 years old. The guy who scammed them all. And guess what? The money, gone.
Hey, don't worry. John caused the highest paid D-tackle in history. So he'll make that money back.
Why? This is a trip, though, man. I was reading the other day about a former NFL player who said, you know, when you become an NFL player, everybody comes out the woodworks trying to say, hey, you want to invest in this, you want to invest in that. This guy was offered for $300,000 to be a partner in a Panera bread, you know, the Panera sandwich place, Panera salads.
Yeah.
And he thought, oh, she's like, man, you can't go wrong with a Panera. So he He put $300,000 into that Panera, and then they hired a guy to run that, like the general manager of that Panera. Well, that dude was stealing all the money from the Panera and drove that Panera location into the ground, bankrupt. He lost his $300,000. You would never think you're going to lose money on a Panera, but he did. So, man, there's a lot. Vince, you got athletes in your family, professional athletes, man. These young athletes got to watch out, man. There's people that are, there's people everywhere trying to rip you off.
Or you see family members that you never even knew of start coming out of the woodworks.
Drew, what were you going to say?
That's why most of them just go on a bit, just invest in their own thing, go in real estate.
Yeah, I mean, real estate is, I guess, it's be the safest one.
Like,
in fact, here's a clip from Michael Irvin. Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
like I know people that invest in real estate. Like they went from they work 2 full-time jobs now still. Regular for 2 full-time jobs, but their net worth's like 1.5 million.
Yep. Hey, here's Michael Irving talking about the exact same thing on a podcast about how a family member ripped him
every
off.
dime of their money. They got
Watch this.
the white players. They got every dime of their money. They got to worry about none of that. They really don't. I got 16 brothers. I bet I own 7 homes right now in Florida. And I got 7 homes and I got 7 niggas in all of them homes.
Oh,
and
dear.
they won't leave. And they ain't paid rent in 30 years. And they'll call me and say, hey, Michael, we need some new cabinets in there. I said, they put the cabinets in the house. You've been staying there for 30 years. You ain't paid rent or nothing. And what are you doing?
This is one of his brothers who's been living in his house for 30 years and calls him talking about he needs new kitchen cabinets. Hasn't paid rent. Can you imagine leeching off your one brother, superstar Michael Irving, for 30 years? He said he has 7 family members living off his, I guess, off his wealth, right? For 30 years.
It's crazy.
No, I'm surprised he still has that much money.
Yep. So there was some controversy in the boxing world this weekend. You know, the boxing insiders, the boxing nerds, the boxing Twitter people. But I don't know if you heard about this, but a podcaster from DAZN, one of the commentators, right? I think his name is Aid. I'm going to get this whole thing out here. Basically, on a DAZN podcast, he was clowning on George Foreman. Basically, I'll get the clip. But saying that George Foreman, that he's the only thing he's ever going to be remembered for is the George Foreman grill.
Wow.
And that really pissed off a lot of old school American boxing fans. Just to remind people, at 45 years old, you can watch the movie on old George Foreman, man. At 45 years old, after retirement, he comes back to become the oldest heavyweight champion of the world. Let's not even talk about how good he was in his prime, because remember, that's coming off of a long retirement. I
got that poster when he fought Michael Moore.
Yeah, here's another one when he knocked out Ken Norton in a clip of big George Foreman, man. And it really, a lot of people were pissed off about that. So first of all, have you guys heard what happened with it? And
No.
the commentator or the podcaster, they're saying DAZN needs to fire him. Aid Oladipo. They're pissed off. People are pissed off, Drew. You know who I think who started this was Hamed. Hamed, he's been on our show sometimes. He kind of made it go viral, his complaint about it. I think that's where it all started. Here's the clip. Let me get this clip. Let's see how it started.
Is it someone that can sell pay-per-view?
It's almost like banging my head against the wall, this one.
What is marketability?
Exactly.
Is it bums on seats? Is it someone that can sell pay-per-views? Is it someone that's got, in today's world, a bigger social media following? Does that even really mean anything when it comes to boxing?
Mm-hmm. Mr. George Foreman. George Foreman. No.
That's horrendous.
How?
That's horrendous.
Did you ever have a George Foreman grill?
No.
Did you?
I don't recall.
What, because he can sell grills, all of a sudden he can fight?
One of the biggest fights of all time, Rumble in the Jungle. Kinshasa Zaire, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman.
It's not in the top 10.
Excuse me.
It's not in the top 10 of, money-making pay-per-views.
Had it been today's market, it would have been.
Yeah, that's because of a certain guy called Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is someone that's got, in today's world, a bigger social media following.
All right,
Does
let's
that
hear that
even
clip
really
again.
mean anything when it comes to boxing?
Mr. George Foreman. George Foreman. No.
That's horrendous.
How?
That's horrendous.
Did you ever have a George Foreman grill?
No.
Did you?
I don't recall.
What, because he can sell grills, all of a sudden he can fight?
Because he could sell grills, all of a sudden George Foreman can fight. So Man, there's a lot of people on DAZN. I'm sure that everybody's got a commentator or something that maybe they don't agree with, but this is the British side of DAZN. Drew, does he really show his boxing knowledge here by clowning on George Foreman, saying he was just a guy who sells products on late night TV?
Hashtag DAZN on this video.
I'm telling you, let me read you.
I'm gonna come at, because I'm really gonna come at dude and everything right now.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is this dude?
His aide. He's always on those international DAZN
Who
podcasts.
the fuck is aide? What the fuck has he done? Shit.
Well,
and who the fuck is that bitch? All she did is to do stay in the fucking kitchen and make me a fucking sandwich.
Oh snap!
And everything. No offense to any women out there, but when that girl need to know her place. Number one.
Well, I don't know if it was the girl. I think it was the guy.
She said something stupid, but that guy too. Who the fuck is that dude? Can somebody tell me what the fuck has that dude accomplished in his fucking life? Shit. The only thing that he does is get on his knees and ask them which one shouldn't have load at me and everything. But let's look at, but who the fuck is that guy? Like, what has he accomplished?
He's a guy with a dream job. He's a guy with a dream job talking boxing on the DAZN platform, man. He's got the dream job.
I don't even know why they have him on over there.
Whose dick has he sucked to get that job? I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but that really pissed me off right there just now. Who the fuck is he? Like, seriously, I never heard of the fucking dude. I never his name every time he's on DAZN. I ask myself, who the fuck is this fucking dude? Like, come on, like, we know, like, did this dude ever box before? And then, like you say, he's a podcaster. He's a podcaster. Like, here's the thing. He's a casual or something. I just want to know, is he a casual fan or something? Because
I have no idea. He must be a professional broadcaster. Look what Lou DiBella said. Grossly wrong. The reincarnation of George Foreman, Reverend Big George Foreman, was an international superstar of boxing. His numbers were huge, and his Q rating, his popularity as an athlete and celebrity, was off the charts. His grills, the George Foreman grill, was a reflection of his big box office. I know I was one of the people paying him. And just some of these comments right here. I can't see the name. There's hundreds of threads on Twitter about this. They say Aide probably started watching boxing when DAZN became a thing. I'm sure he was never a fan of the sport before. But there's a lot of threads, period. What's up, that SS Spider? He said, let Drew cook.
Yes, get that grease going.
Like pause.
Dan Canobio. He said, the secondhand embarrassment I have from this. Yikes.
Like,
there's a lot of people upset at this guy.
On some wild shit. This dude shouldn't say a word that he doesn't know about. If he has no knowledge of boxing, why the fuck are you on this? Why the fuck are you on a boxing thing if you have no fucking knowledge of shit, dude? Like, that's the fucked up thing about it. They have motherfuckers on there with not only they overprice people and they put on poorly fucking boxing shows and everything, but they got fucking people on there that don't know shit about the fucking sport. That's your 3 strikes right there. That's why I don't fucking pay a description for them. Because the 3 strike rule already went into effect. They actually have 4 strikes now. So let's look at it like this. How dare you speak about a dead man in that type of disrespect? Number 1. And number 2, you must not know the accomplishments of this guy. Because you probably on AJ's dick so fucking much.
Whoa, we got some news on that.
And everything, man. You just want to think that, I know everything about AJ, I know everything about boxing and everything. So it's funny as hell. This is
Here's some comments from Twitter. Tom Gray says, Holyfield Foreman set pay-per-view and gross records that stood for years, and it wasn't Holyfield that sold the fight. George was a megastar in the early 90s And the grill, the George Foreman grill, did not come out until 1994, by which time he still had 5 career fights left. This other guy, Gary, says, the disrespect to Big George is unreal. The way he dispatched all the greats of that era before his loss to Muhammad Ali was scary. Then, to come back out of retirement at 45 and win another world title, for me, Foreman is right up there with some of the all-time heavyweight greats. Matthew Aguilar, he's a writer I respect. He's a writer. He said, this is so embarrassing as a boxing take that I've ever seen from someone who makes their living in the sport of boxing. Again, I mean, he's a paid guy, man. Wiley Coyote says that dude in Ariel tried talking about boxing and it bombed. Oh, did he? That one guy? Man. So Vince, you think
Foreman's grill made more money than that guy will ever make doing this podcast now? That little fag. I mean, sorry.
I love the movie too.
Crap.
As far as boxing movies, man, the George Foreman biopic movie, that one is really good. I like that movie
When's
a lot.
the Prince one coming out?
There's a movie. It's a documentary out now, but I don't know how to watch it. Maybe it's on YouTube already. But
Prince Not seen one, man.
The Prince Not seen one. By the way, dude, I didn't show off that hat real quick. I just realized last week the Mike Tyson Invitational. Vince and I met a young fighter who fought on that. Unfortunately, he was supposed to come on the show the week of that. Mike Tyson is having these amateur tournaments at the big casinos. They just had one at Sahara on a Saturday. So I'm going to try to get the kid back when they do the next one. But something really exciting is coming to Vegas regarding Mike Tyson has an exhibit coming to the Flamingo. The Flamingo Hotel, I think it's coming next month. It's opening. It's the Mike Tyson Experience on the Strip. That's going to be exciting. That is going to be exciting, man. All right. There was some very interesting boxing this weekend from Ireland. I text you guys to see it. What's up? Oh, Callum Walsh, the guy, the kid who fought your nephew, he fought in the co-main. Vince, you didn't get to see it, and you asked me what I thought about it.
Yeah.
Man,
you know what I feel about those fights overseas? I could care less about those fights overseas.
Well, Callum Walsh has been fighting in the U.S. for a minute, so this was kind of his return to Ireland in the co-main attraction. And I got to say, it was another disappointing performance by Callum Walsh. He's just, to me, no hate, guys, but I think he's a guy that is afraid to go to the next level, afraid to turn on that next gear. You know, he kind of stays in this one gear. And when it's time to step it up, when he knows he's better than the other guy, he really doesn't show it. He doesn't prove it. He likes to cruise to a decision. And they're not very good looking decisions. So it's like he's given an opportunity to shine and he can't shine. Now in the fight against your nephew, I thought that your nephew, Fernando Vargas Jr., was robbed of a knockdown.
He was robbed.
And this weekend on Saturday, the guy scored a knockdown on Callum Walsh early. It was a very strange knockdown. Callum Walsh kind of bent his head down, and then both gloves touched and they called it on him. They said, "No, that's a knockdown, bro." They started giving him the count. So he kind of got hurt at the beginning of the fight. Then he went on to hurt the guy, knock him down, and then just cruise to a decision. It was boring.
Yeah.
Drew, did you see any of it?
No, I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you guys about this main event. The main event is very interesting. Aaron, yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but here's the thing, man. Zuffa, they're falling in line with these other promoters, with these mismatched bullshit cards. And it makes people not want to watch the sport of boxing. It turns everybody off. So if you expect us to pay and watch this shit, you got to come up with better fights. I don't want to see a fight that here's the thing. You want to attract the casual fan, the casual boxing fan. If you got guys that nobody knows about on your cards, how do you expect to do that? And then with PBC, Golden Boy, Top Rank, with all these mismatched fucking cards, how do you expect to make a profit or to make the sport great? Again, you just can't do it. You just don't know. You just don't know. Like, when are you going to test some of these guys out? When are you going to throw better fights? You sign these guys to big contracts. Let's make some fights.
It's really
but also
interesting.
fighters are scared to do it. You know? Look at Devin Haney. How many ducks he had? Even Manning ducked rollies.
Yeah,
look at all these ducks we have.
There's been a lot of ducking in this. I mean, just last week we saw the Keyshawn Davis. You know, he was offered $3 million to begin with, and then it came down to $2.1 million after he said no, let it go to the purse bid, and then he said, that's too little money. I don't want to fight Devin Haney for $2.1 million. Now who's he gonna fight? He's probably gonna get paid $800,000 to fight some nobody. You could have made You could have made $3 million. He's the one that said F the $3 million offer. Now, what's interesting about what happened on Saturday, guys, is that this was a vacant middleweight belt, meaning nobody owned this belt. Aaron McKenna was ranked number 6, and he fought a Italian fighter of African descent who was 22-0. Last name was Olija. And he looked pretty good. He looked pretty strong in there. But Aaron McKenna is a guy who grew up with Freddie Roach in L.A., man. That's his trainer. Freddie Roach made him a young professional fighter. He stands 6'2", 6'2.5". So he's a super tall middleweight, man. Now he's getting going. And it's going to be interesting because to me, the middleweight division, Vince, is wide open. Like, literally, if your nephew Fernando Vargas Jr. wants to come back, he could fit into the middleweight division. You got the WBC interim champion is Jesus Ramos Jr. from Arizona. You got Arislan De Lara's got one of the titles. You know what I mean? This IBF title was vacant, but what's most interesting is that they let him Zuffa. Remember that dude Jayo Pataya, the cruiserweight? He's gonna fight under the undercard of Ryan Garcia. They took the belt away from him, but then this Saturday, now everything seems to be changing with Zuffa because they put on this fight and the IBF, they stripped Jai, but then they said, "Hey, this all good. We'll let you host this IBF fight." So now there's a change of tune, bro. So now it's like, it basically, it's not going to just be the Zuffa belt. They're showing you that they're going to allow people to fight for real titles. Conor Benn, signed with Zuffa, is going to get to fight for Ryan Garcia's title. He has a chance to win that fight, to win that title. So they got the IBF middleweight championship now. You know who his mandatory is now? This dude who's good friends. Shout out to Lucas Cattell, my boy Lukey Boxing. From Oakland, California, Amari Jones. He headlined the Golden Boy boxing card in San Jose, California about a month ago. He's a guy that, I mean, looking at all of Golden Boy's roster, dude, that guy is like next up to win a title. But he has to beat Aaron McKenna. And there's a lot of people who think Amari Jones, Olympic, American, that he could do it. I mean, this dude is tall for the division, man. He's a problem for anybody. I don't know who I got in that fight, bro. He's tall, bro. Like 6'3". You're talking like Shiraz almost, like a Shiraz. Or you're talking the guy who fights on Matchroom Boxing, who used to be with David Benavidez. What's his name? Super tall, super middleweight. Just fought in California at StubHub. Why can't I think of him? Pacheco, Diego. Yeah, this dude, Aaron McKenna, is perfect for Diego Pacheco. Once he moves up to 168, dude, we're going to have some really good fights between tall fighters, man. So I hate Hopefully. I hate seeing really tall fighters fight guys that are like 5'8", 5'9", like Fundora fights.
Hey, but I'm curious about what Zuffa's going to do on Sundays because ain't nobody going to watch boxing on Sunday. When NFL starts, they're done.
It's around the corner.
Yeah, what are they going to do?
Well, they had this fight.
What is Dana White going to do? The devil.
This fight, which was Zuffa number 10, international Irish, they say they sold 14,000 tickets. Some people say no, that venue doesn't hold 14,000 seats. It definitely looked like a full house, however many people sit there. It was in association with Sky Sports. I think Paramount had it here in the U.S. Thank you for the likes, guys. Hit that likes, man. It really helps the channel, guys. They are going to have to move to Friday night or Saturday afternoon?
Yes.
Or Saturday
Not even
afternoon?
Saturday. They're not worthy. College football is better than them.
College
They can't compete with
football is
college football.
crazy, bro.
Yeah, no.
I think they're gonna
They're
have to
gonna
move
have to
the
go on
Friday nights.
Thursday.
Friday
Thursday.
night
They ain't
fights.
even worthy.
Hey.
They're not even worthy for Friday. ESPN should go back to Friday night fights and put these bums on Thursday or Tuesday or Monday. No, not even Monday because they got football.
So ESPN held their own thing. The thing is, ESPN got rid of Top Rank and signed. They signed the women's fight thing. MVP. They did a deal with him, and they had their fights this Saturday, as well, Saturday night. And back in a year ago, like when Emiliano Vargas was fighting on the undercard of a fight, they were pulling in solid 800 on a good fight card. ESPN Top Rank was pulling like 800,000 people primetime, like almost 1 million. Like if it's a really good fighter like Teofimo Lopez, or Shakur, they were going to hit 1 million people watching it on ESPN. Yeah. So then they got women's boxing. And not too many people were excited about women's, but that's what we got this weekend. We got Clarissa Shields Fight Week. But the fight you went,
Drew's favorite fighter.
Yeah. The fight you went to, here it is, Vince. The fight you went to. Now, don't quote me on this, because I know I got the information here, but it came out. It was leaked. TNT Sports. Yep, TNT Sports. They say over 800,000 people watched it peak. So that's really okay. Here it is. The Lamont Roach Williams Zepeda main event averaged 748,000 viewers on TNT, with telecast peaking at 786,000 people watching it on TNT Sports.
Nice.
So almost as good as ESPN back in the day. So that time away where boxing was away from on cable TV is almost back to where it's at. Drew, there's a TNT Sports. I think what I heard, now this is confusing. People were saying that the Ryan Garcia fight's no longer going to be free on TNT Sports. But when I heard the fight was announced, I even asked, we were talking with Brian Mendoza, boxer Brian Mendoza. He was excited because he had heard the same thing. Now I'm hearing it's a pay-per-view. I don't know which one's true.
Supposed to be on Paramount.
That's what I heard too originally. And now I'm seeing misleading information that it is going to be a DAZN pay-per-view.
It's not gonna make money. The fight's not gonna make money. The fight's not gonna sell.
You know the last greatest pay-per-view? Vince, you know which one it was?
Had to be Canelo, no?
Tank and Ryan
Garcia. So that's why I'm like, maybe they are going to switch it up at the last minute and think Ryan Garcia's back to pay-per-view. Now, Conor Benn isn't popular in the U.S. like Tank. But I'm telling you, if they put that on free cable TV on Mexican Independence Day, I think it's going to do double. I think it's going to be about 1.5 million people are going to watch that fight for free on Mexican Independence Day.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
If they put this on pay-per-view, this is going to be a flop. And it's going to be a total flop. And it's going to show how bad the sport has become even more.
I mean, why you got to deal with Paramount, man. There's no reason to charge people for this. Just do it free. Just do it free. This came out today from Edgar Berlanga's social media, bro. I don't have any way to know if this is true. Is this going to be a flop on Netflix? Edgar Berlanga versus Jake Paul?
Jake Paul might beat him.
Because didn't Edgar just sign a deal with Zuffa?
Yeah.
So how's this even possible?
Because Dana White don't like Jake Paul?
I mean, I don't get it. Yeah. This came from Edgar Berlanga's social media today.
He thinks that bum could beat Jake Paul?
This is probably the only boxer I believe that Jake Paul can actually beat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Edgar Berlanga is a bum. And I would pick Jake Paul to beat him.
Me too.
Hey, some people responded on his social media, said, "Shameless, you should respect yourself more as a fighter." This guy says, "For real, my guy, you need to run it back with Hamza. I'm speaking as a fan." This guy says,
"Hamza's gonna whoop his ass even more."
This guy says, bro, just retire and do exhibition bouts, man. You ain't fighting no one with a pulse.
Or go rap with that sorry rapper he hangs out with.
Well, damn, that is kind of true. He's fighting nobody with a fucking pulse. But here's the thing, man. Like, Edgar Berlanga believes that he's this great fighter, and he's not. Like this is why I said can this make Canelo look worse, making him survive through 12 rounds and everything. This was a fucking like a disgrace that Canelo let him survive the fight. And you shouldn't humble him. You should have knocked him the fuck out cold and put his ass out of boxing. But no, you wanted to show that you're on a decline and everything. But Evan Berlanga is not good at all. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if anybody calls me a hater. It's facts. He had no chance against Hans Suarez. He had no chance against Canelo Alvarez. Does he beat Christian and Billy? Fuck no. Does he beat Jaime Munguia? Fuck no. Like anybody that does, if you want to revive his career and you want to put him against a Demetrius Andrade, which I think Demetrius Andrade knocks him out inside 5 rounds and everything. Yep. It's something that this kid, he not only is so disrespectful, but he intends to try to bite somebody.
He did try to bite somebody.
So, like, the only thing that's good about him is his fucking girlfriend and everything. Yeah, she's hot. So, but
it's fake jewelry.
Drew's got the hot for.
I hate his Latinas, man. But let's look at it like this.
Wrong.
The Carissa Shields face, I could give 2 shits about Carissa Shields. I'm sorry. I don't find her good. I don't find her entertaining. She does not fight anybody. Why do I want to waste my time? Why do I want to waste the seconds of my life? My life is precious.
Okay,
I don't want to waste my precious life watching her fight.
I'll show you guys who's going to be on the Clarissa Shields card. I got a clip here that is circulating kind of. Now, this UFC fighter, King Green, he's been making a lot of he's going around a lot of boxing gyms, including Adrian Broner, and he's looking for that smoke. He's not even wearing headgear. Here he is against Arnold Barboza, he's a pretty good fighter. He's been on our channel, almost became a world champ, almost. You know what I'm saying?
Cost me money.
Arnold Green, what do you guys think of his boxing skills? Pass. Straight. By the way, there's UFC this weekend too, man. This clip makes it look a lot better. This guy does go, but with the whole kick streaming thing, man, all these fighters are getting this is off of Barboza's kick stream. All the fighters are getting kick channels now. I'm thinking that we're gonna have to put this show on Kick at the same time, and might as well.
Let's do it. Hell yeah! Put it on Kick. Put it on all of them, all the platforms.
Hey, Wile E. Coyote wants to know, Drew, do you like Clarissa Shields' walk-ins?
No, I tell you
nothing to that girl.
I tell you, I think she's ugly. Like I know a lot of beautiful black women, and she's not one of them.
Okay, well, that's a personal opinion.
I personally know a lot of beautiful black women.
Well, we know on the show here you like Alicia Baumgartner.
I dated beautiful black women, and she's not one of them.
That's interesting. Also on tap, I got a clip of Raleigh Romero and Teofimo Lopez. Let's listen to Teo, a very serious Teo. This is a clip I just came across. You know, that fight's coming up in just another week or so. Let's hear what Teo had to say about him.
No. I don't like Rolling.
You don't like him?
No. I don't like this new version of Rolling. I think it's time that I do something about it.
Yeah. Please.
What the fuck's wrong with Teo?
How is he different from the old version of Rolling?
I think he's holding back his originality, his original self. That's all. But that's just my opinion. Doesn't mean it's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the only thing that I will say from that, I mean, he's doing the best he can. He's walking the path and the righteous path of God, and you know, to that we commend him, and we're grateful for that. We love that. We love seeing brethren, and we love seeing people on that path and that journey. However, I think there's some fixing that needs to be done, and we'll make sure to apply that on August 22nd.
Okay.
He's going to fix them. It's like he's looking for something to hate on Raleigh. He says he doesn't like the new version of Raleigh.
Man, they love each other. They come out to when they walk out, they just come out to the music friends.
Teo needs some Teo could use some therapy with that video he sent out with him with a cut on his nose or something.
Oh, where he was all beat up, that fake video that he was going to call the fight off?
Yeah,
But
he'll be in trouble because he's coming to 147. You know that?
Yeah.
And he better have that pop.
Here's a
That
thing I
Rolex.
want to talk. Here's a thing I want to talk about. And I wanted to bring this up. So a guy, I had to talk with my guy last week about the Benavidez fight and everything, and the dudes decided to fight Jao Pitaya. It was already in negotiation and he agreed about it before the Benavidez fight. And Sumo's demanding he fights Benavidez. Here's the thing. So my guy told me that the dude is planning on, if he is stripped of the WBC title, he's planning on suing the WBC and everything. And the thing,
Good.
and he tells me that the dude's gonna win because of the cases of Deontay Wilder never defended, never made a mandatory defense. The whole time he was heavyweight champion, his mandatory was Dillian White, and he never made a defense against him. Jamal Charlo holding the belt for over 2 years of inactivity, barely had made a mandatory defense, and this dude's made a mandatory defense, and not even 12 months later, being demanded to defend the title against David Benavidez. Now, according to certain rules, you only have to do one mandatory title defense a year. But you are, after you make your a mandatory defense, you are allowed one voluntary defense of your title. That is in every sanctioning body right there. But this guy they have everything that shows that he will win he will win a lawsuit against Suimov. And he can credit racial discrimination because he is of Eastern European descent, which Suimov does have somewhat of dislike towards Eastern European fighters, especially Russians and everything. The track record speaks for itself. And when I talked about this with my guy, he said this is an open book case. Even if the case takes place in America, he wins a case. He wins a lawsuit easily because of all that evidence. And if it goes and they look at the rule books and everything of all the sanctioning bodies, he is allowed, if he is already in negotiations with someone and is already agreed to a fight, Sumo cannot strip him of the title. And with all those fighters of past stories, like even Canelo Alvarez, you have never forced him to fight David Benavidez. You never named Benavidez his mandatory challenger at all. And then when he was in middleweight, you gave him the franchise title instead of stripping him. You did the same thing with Lomachenko. You gave him a franchise belt instead of him vacating the belt and everything. And I'm a Loma fan. He fought. He went and took the more dangerous fight than Devin Haney because Devin Haney was a nobody then. He took a more challenging fight in Teofimo and everything. But all these things right here, and once they look at the rule book of the WBC, it favors that champion 110%. Suimov will lose this lawsuit. It would not be in the best interest of the WBC to strip him since he's fighting Jao Pitaya. Because how bad this will look on the WBC if he goes and sues them. And the thing about it is, Don King's trying to sue the dude, but the thing about it is, you've been breaching contract because he's getting paid more money to fight Jao Pitaya than he is David Benavidez. You're supposed to support your fighter and make him the most money possible in a fight, not feed him to somebody because you're cool with a sanctioning body and everything. This is why people are wanting the Muhammad Ali Act reverse. This is why people are backing Zuffa because they're tired of the fucking corruption of the sanctioning bodies, especially the WBC. And this is why the sport is dying because of these sanctioning bodies. Like there's too much corruption. They're going against their own rules. They're not following their own rules. Don't give the bullshit. It's a case-by-case basis. No, it's not. Rules are rules. Apply by your rules or fill the roadblock out. And here's the thing. I don't think if you're an interim title holder, you should not have to pay a sanctioning fee. Because you're not. You should only pay a sanctioning fee when you are fighting for the real title. That is not. I'm not paying no sanctioning fee for a fucking bootleg title belt.
He's right. He's 1,000% right.
So, as I say, he should sue them. You gonna strip me? I'm suing your ass. But I'm not paying no section. I'm not paying 3% of my fucking purse or $300,000 for a bootleg belt.
So with that fight coming up, Ryan Garcia undercard, the co-main, Noel Mikalian, they have two. It should be, he should, like you said, first of all, the IBF needs to give Jai Opataya his belt back. And then the other guy, it should be a unification, and unifications always take precedent over fighting a mandatory. They should always take precedent over fighting a mandatory. The mandatory typically waits, and typically sometimes there's a step-aside fee, and sometimes the fighter is happy to take payment for not even doing anything, right? You're going to get paid to wait patiently. I agree with you, Drew. I personally think that fight needs to be a unification on the Ring Magazine platform, whatever it is, Zuffa in association with Ring, whatever it's called. And then the winner should fight David Benavidez on whatever platform they agree it to be. Go ahead, Vince.
Ask your friend, Lukey, about what Drew just said about the interim. What does he think? Should they pay a sanctioning fee? Ask your friend, see what he says.
I mean,
I think Drew's 1,000% right. They shouldn't pay nothing.
But here's the thing. For all of that, you might as well let fucking David Benavidez fight for the interim WBC cruiserweight title against the Polish cruiserweight.
Who's the interim 154-pound champion WBC? Isn't it Virgil Ortiz?
Yeah.
And Fundora's the full champ.
And they're making Virgil pay a sanctioning fee.
That's nuts.
And Fundora's fighting a guy who's ranked. His mandatory is a guy we've never even heard of, who's probably should be ranked at the bottom of the 15th. And Virgil Ortiz, the big star, should be getting the fight as the interim. He should be way above in line.
I talked to numerous people. And I asked them, well, how long ago did you guys check the WBC rankings at 154? And when this guy's on there, they're like, they checked in a month before this fight was made. This guy was nowhere near the top, was nowhere near the mandatory spot. This guy is not a mandatory. They bumped him up, paid money to have him bumped up and everything. Like, the dude is an unknown. The dude hasn't fought nobody to get him up to that mandatory spot in a month. This was another Samson Sumarth relationship thing. They give him an easy fight and everything. I'm so glad Boots Ennis and Josh Kelly are going to fight each other and unify. I'm so glad. I don't care if you have Boots haters and everything, man, and you talking about, he doesn't want to fight Virgil Ortiz. Here's the thing. Virgil Ortiz's people don't want him fighting Boots Ennis. And I think you people need to realize that now. They want Oscar De La Hoya wants no part of a Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz fight.
Because he knows. No.
They can talk all that. They can talk all that. Robert Garcia can talk all that shit and everything.
Yeah.
But deep inside, your promoter doesn't want it. Your manager's willing to cash out. But Oscar's really not to cash out. Because if you look at it, Virgil this is fight to if you look at it, this is gonna be Virgil's gonna mortal him. Skill wise, Butch is gonna kill. Butch has the edge, has a huge edge over Virgil Ortiz and everything. And people don't want to bring that up because they want to say, that fight was in. I was like, Virgil went down by even worse, not even non-punchers. Like McKinston knocked him down. McKinston's not even is a pillow face fighter. So let's look at it like this. The thing with the sanctioning bodies when it comes to bullshit like this, the main reason why I say there should be no sanctioning fee for interim titles is because the interim title should make you the mandatory already, and you are refusing to let the interim title holder fight the real title holder. So you can get another sanctioning fee every time he goes to defend that title. This is why boxing's in the state that it's in. This is why people call boxing more of a business than a sport. They don't even call it a sport anymore. And that's what's sad. It's sad. So if we're going to look at it like this, how could you... I won the interim title. That makes me that should automatically make me the mandatory. Yep. How is somebody that's like ninth getting is the mandatory? Yeah, I beat everybody, and especially when I beat the top 5 fighters in that top 5 already. Yeah, you gotta give me that's my fight now. And if I'm any title holder, interim title holder, I will go right up to them and say, yo, make me the mandatory or I'm not paying another sanctioning fee for your interim bootleg title. And if you threaten to strip me of it, I will go on national TV or go on YouTube or any social media platform, bring a trash can out, and drop that title in it.
Hell yeah.
And lit a mash on fire and lit that some bitch on fire in it. Because this is what the sanctioning bodies think they got all the power. The fighters are the reason why you got the money and everything. When these fighters eventually are going to say, you know what? Why am I going to fight for a sanctioning body title? I can just go to Zuffa, get overpaid, and fight for the ring title and everything. And it's going to be to eventually that the sanctioning bodies are going to be taken out of the picture. That is the main goal of Turki Al-Sheikh, is to take the sanctioning bodies out of the picture and have one belt. That was always
you know what? It'll make things so much easier. I mean, imagine in the U.S. having 5 different NFL leagues. You know, you got the NFL, you got UFL, and then you have 3 or 4 other football leagues, all claiming to be the premier American football league. I want to thank Mankey Crazy 2682 in here. He says they robbed Bakari Samaki. He was the mandatory that beat Samaki. Okay, so what he's referring to is a fight between 2 guys that aren't familiar to me because I don't keep too much tabs on European boxing, but these guys were highly rated. Ermal Hadri Biaj defeated Bakari Samaki by unanimous decision on May 23rd, 2026, just a couple months ago, by the scores of 115 to 113, 115 to 113, and 116 to 112 for Hadri Biaj. So who is Hadri Biaj? He's the guy that's going to fight Sebastian Fundora. And I didn't know it was a controversial win. From what he's saying is he thinks the other guy won. I got to go watch this fight now because I got to see why the WBC thinks that the WBC, this is a silver medal. The silver belt should be fighting the full-blown champion ahead of Virgil Ortiz. And to be honest, from what Mankey Crazy is saying in here, he don't even think he earned it. He thinks he got a gift. Now I got to watch this fight. Because when it comes time to talk about this fight between Fundora, you saw that fight?
I watched the dude fight before. I think the guy's a bum.
Which one? Ermal? Hadjibiash? Or Samaki?
The guy that got the controversial decision, and he's the mandatory.
Man, well, he definitely wouldn't be better than Virgil Ortiz. That's for sure.
He's a fucking bum. This is a mismatch. Here's the thing, man.
Everybody's a mismatch against Fundora.
Fundora's a weight bully. I'm sorry. He's a fucking weight bully to me. Dude, you're more you're 6'5.5", and you're fighting in a division that's 154, man. You look like a fucking toothpick. And everything. I don't like. Here's the thing
about that.
So, dude, move the fuck up. You don't need to be in that weight class anymore, man. Especially if you're not fighting these champions, man. And that's what I don't like. I look at it like this. He's gonna duck Boots Ennis like he did already, and we're not gonna see him fight Virgil Ortiz. Fundora's not gonna fight Virgil Ortiz. Even though I favor Fundora to beat Virgil Ortiz,
yeah,
because I don't think he has the footwork to beat to be in there with a Fundora. People say, "Oh, Virgil Ortiz is gifted, very defensively and everything." Virgil Ortiz has sloppy footwork, and he does. And I don't care what anybody says. A lot, he got gifted against Bobacek. He's not. He hasn't really been active.
Yep.
But now, people want to go to the eye test and everything, and not want to mention one fighter that they want to see lose so badly, and not want to see the other thing and the other guy's been through the same shit, and that's right. Come on, make your minds up. You doing this to hate on somebody, but you can't say the facts and everything. That's why I don't like. So certain people, man, need to just shut the fuck up, stay in their fucking lanes at the end of the fucking day. I tell people, stay in your fucking lanes. I'm tired of you telling you motherfuckers, stay in your fucking lanes. If you're not gonna mention both things, both facts and everything, shut the fuck up and stop. We don't want to know that you get on your knees and slurp on it.
Okay.
And everything. So I don't want to know that. Especially if it's pause and everything. You want to do that? Do that. You can do that on your own channel. You can do that on your own Twitter. People can call you to shut the fuck up then and everything. But and it's a shame. A lot of those channels, I don't even see them on YouTube no more. They talk so much shit. I'm like this. What happened to your YouTube channel, bro? I haven't seen you live in a while. Oh, yeah, you're stupid. Fuck you. Goodbye.
Oh, damn.
And everything. Because people that talk the most fucking shit, they're not even on YouTube anymore talking this shit.
They might be on some other platform for all we know, man. They might be.
Yeah, nobody's listening to them. That's why they don't go on it. They don't give a fuck what they say. They did hip-hop anonymous and everything. I'll tell you this right now, man. We've been through a lot of people lately. We used to have a fake Mexican mafioso and everything. Want to be mafioso. We have a guy that gets genetic and happy and try to act hype to get people to pay attention to him. And really, at the end of the day, no one gives a fuck about him. We had a Conor Ben fanboy and everything, call him Stutter, and threaten to beat somebody up and everything. And then we just got the fucking Australian David Benavidez fanboy Mirage that looks like a fucking mirage.
I don't even. That's the thing, Vince and Drew. I don't even keep tabs with all these other channels. Drew basically just gave us the rundown on other channels.
I forgot one more. I got one more. The AJ, the Anthony Joshua fangirl that try to look at a fucking reggae music career that didn't go forward at all.
Oh, I know who you're talking about there.
Shabba.
Drew has a long list of people of, I guess, frenemies on YouTube. But listen, there is another great point that Mankey Crazy put in here about that fight that I didn't watch. That the fight that basically earned the right to fight Sebastian Fundora this September. I think the fight's going to be in Southern California. I think it's going to be at the StubHub at Carson in Carson, California. He says it was open scoring. Sanaki was down 3-1 after 4 rounds, and then Samaki changed his game plan. Vince, the fights that you went to, was open scoring. Yeah. And Lamont Roach was told, hey, bro, he was told at the 4th round, this is the score. And then he was told again at the 8th round. Yeah. Now, people, they asked Timothy Bradley, they asked all these people, and all of them had a different opinion about how they felt about open scoring. Some people love it. Some people think they shouldn't have it because it destroys fights. It ruins fights. But in this case, Samaki was told he was losing, and then he changed his game plan. But it altered the basically by knowing the scores, it altered the game plan that ultimately lost him the fight on the scorecards. But what are you going to do if they tell you you're down? You're down. You and your trainer, the trainer's got to come up with an adjustment, and you have to execute it as a fighter. Yeah. So there's still a lot of controversy. I think the WBC is the only people saying we're going to go with this from now on. If it's a title fight, we need to know the scores at the 4th round and the 8th round. Drew, you don't like it? You don't like it?
It's the worst thing. No, you want to know why? Because here's the thing. It's your trainer's job to keep an eye on how the fight's going and adjust on the fly. And look at your fighter and just look at it like this. Hey, I think, like, you see how something's going, say, hey, I think we're kind of slightly winning this fight, but I need you to pick up the pace. We're going to change the game plan a little bit. This boxing is a strategy sport too. And you got to know when to change the game plan. You do not let open scoring predict your fight, because that could be a gift or that could be a curse.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it both ways. I see both things. Like, I always remember the fight where there was no open scoring against Oscar De La Hoya versus Trinidad, but everybody in Oscar's corner told him, this shit's in the bag, bro. We got this. Don't do anything stupid. Take it easy in the 12th round. Now, had there been open scoring, they would have said, whoa, this fight's razor thin, bro. We need this round. Don't take your foot off the gas. We need you to keep going. There's always going to be the arguments sound really good on both sides. I'm still in the middle, man. I still don't know if I like it or not. Vince, do you like it? Do you like it when they tell the fighter?
I kind of do, because, like, if it's a boring ass fight and you know you're losing, you got to pick your game up. You know, like when you're falling asleep with the fights.
Yeah, but Drew made a good point too. There's really good arguments on both sides.
But that's the thing with the trainer. If the fight's boring and you don't see much, you gotta tell your fighter, yo, you need to pick the pace up. You need to set some traps out for this guy. If he's not gonna fall for the traps, he's gonna stay on the defensive side. You gotta go in there and pressure him and take over the fight and become the more busier fighter, because at that fight they're gonna look at who's the more busier fighter. He's the more active fighter in the fight. If it's my defensive fight, they're gonna look at who's the more active fighter. They don't give a fuck how many punches somebody lands. They're gonna look at who's the more active fighter. And that's the one thing that, if you look at it, Williams Zepeda, a lot of those combos that he was throwing, he was not landing a lot of punches. They were hitting gloves and everything. So if we look at it like this, he improved. Yeah, he did improve. But here's the thing: you're fighting a smaller fighter to implement that on. Let's say if he was to fight at the same thing 9 times, like 10 out of 10 times, when he fights Shakur Stevenson, 9 out of 10 he loses to Shakur Stevenson every time, because he is, with the white guy, he is very easy to time. And like, it's just, people are bragging, yeah, he improved and everything. And he may not have to ever go through Shakur Stevenson again to win a title unless he moves up. But let's look at it like this. Open scoring could be possibly the worst thing for boxing. One of the worst things for boxing. It's like a devil's advocate and everything. If your trainer doesn't know when to flip the switch or to change or go to plan B, that motherfucker should not be your trainer.
Got it, man. We came up on the 1 hour and 10 minutes. Great to have Drew back. He's fired up. We missed you last week, Drew. There's going to be a lot to talk about this week. More football stuff. I want to do a show back on Wednesday. But before we leave tonight, right above me, I don't know who the hell Big Lex is, but I do know that Ray J got his ass knocked out in Las Vegas at the UFC training facility known as the Apex. That was like, I felt like it was like a month ago or 2 months ago. But you know what they say in boxing, if you want to get good, it's all about activity, man. You got to get right back in the ring, even if you get knocked out. And Ray J, somehow against, I don't even know, who's Orlando Brown? Is he a singer, a rapper?
He was on That's So Raven.
He's an actor?
Yeah.
How old is he?
I don't know, but
like 50?
He's on some real shit.
He is?
He's on some Diddy shit.
Oh man!
He's on some Diddy shit. Like,
oh man!
I don't need to talk about that dude. That dude talks about
maybe Ray J might be on that too, man. Somehow he found himself on this card. Okay, this is this Saturday. The main event, Shields versus Scott. And by the way, we had championship women's boxing on ESPN, and the Australian undisputed champion, her name escapes me now.
Shanika Robinson.
She lost all her belts to a European fighter that's like, they said she got pregnant a year ago and lost her baby, unfortunately, to miscarriage. They stripped her of being undisputed. So Shanika Johnson gets all the titles. She looked pretty good in a couple fights. And this girl's back and destroyed her this past weekend. So now in this week's main event, we have, her name is Scott. She's also an Australian fighter. And it just seems like all the women who have become world champions, there was one that used to come out in the bikinis who got pregnant by Kell Brook.
That was Ebony Bridges.
She's gone too now, right?
She came back and fought, but I didn't think she was never that good of a fighter.
She was a world champion, though. And then Shanika at 118, I think, when she's undisputed, she lost her titles. And now Kay Scott, she's much taller. She's like a very tall girl. Well, she's going to try to take Clarissa Shields' middleweight. This is for the WBC WBA Unified Middleweight World Championships. Okay, so I don't even know. Maybe Kay Scott has these belts. I'm uninformed here. She's the champ. She's the champ, but she's got less than 10 fights. That I know for a fact.
This is why people don't care about Clarissa Shields. Man. Here's the thing, man. This would be the funniest thing if Clarissa Shields somewhat lost by miracle. A miracle loses this fight.
I know you're probably rooting for that.
I will laugh my ass off.
Oh,
she'll never hit the end of it. She'll never hit the end of it. You know what they're gonna say? Guess what, Clarissa? Go have your baby now. Go have your baby.
At middleweight, if she loses the Kay Scott at middleweight, she might as well try to fight Alicia Baumgartner next because her career is on fast decline.
Go have a baby. Go have a baby.
All right, nothing wrong with that. Start a family with Papoose, right? With Papoose.
Yeah, the guy that got famous for waiting for Ren Mom to get out of prison 7 years that never had a record hit. Yeah.
So these fights underneath it, listen, Tito Mercado, I swear Tito Mercado is ranked right behind your nephew Emiliano Vargas by the WBO 140-pound division. This is for the WBO International Super Lightweight title against Emmanuel Tago. That dude Tago hasn't been relevant since like when Loma was a star at 135. That guy, he got knocked out by Ryan Garcia at 135. So look, Tito Mercado, he talks a lot of smack, dude. He wants Emmy bad. Like it's the thing with Tito Mercado is he looks really, really good. He passes the eye test. He's knocking out everybody. But here they told him step it up, right? People were like, we want to see you step it up. He's fighting a guy that's already got knocked out by Ryan Garcia like 5 or 6 years ago. Like this isn't a step up. It's just a name on the resume. But Emmanuel Tago is not very relevant. And then you got all these influencers. Like, this is all on Saturday. I guess this is all the same card, man. I don't even know who these people are. I think these people are like on the Ray J level. I mean, I don't know if it's in association with, maybe they're not influencers, but I know that the Ray J fight and that other girl fight they're definitely influencers. These could all be pro boxers. I guess they are. I guess there are, man. We got a lot of boxing to watch, whether you like it or not, whether it's elite or top notch. There's also the UFC this coming Saturday. And we got football. I don't know where you guys will be watching some preseason football too, man.
Hell yeah.
I might watch Camp Bears and watch that fight.
You want to watch, let's see, your game Saturday? What time's your game, Drew?
I don't know what time it is, but I'm going to be honest. I'd rather watch Camp Bears than watch the Commercial Shields fight.
The Care Bears.
I think if I'm feeling good, I'm going to get on the air after the Thursday night football games. We got a total of 6 games, but we'll be back for sure on Wednesday, Vince. If you're free Wednesday night, let me know.
I'm free like the Freebirds.
And you know what? I wouldn't mind doing a parlay, like doing a little competition here and see who wins most of these preseason games, just for fun. I mean, it's a shot in the dark, guessing on these games, but you can bet.
To be honest,
yeah,
I would have took the Panthers over Arizona. To be honest with you, but Arizona's horrible, like you said.
Yeah. Oh no, the Cardinals are playing the Raiders this Thursday.
Well, Raiders do good preseason. That's their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You try to give the Cardinals a game and everything. They just do everything they can to let you down.
Well, I'm Dave in the 702. Vince, Philly Irish, Drew Evo. We'll see you guys on Wednesday on the next one. Until then, peace.
Out.